In fact, Bichette had 14 RBIs in the spring. Second high to Benavides, who had 16. So Young is at second, Cole is at first. And he fouls this one away. And you might even see a double steal in order. Because when you foul a Baylor ball, don't be surprised and stay loose.
And of course, Todd Hundley, aware that the Rockies do a lot of running, he'll have to be ready as well.
Oh, and he really threw a shot. What does it feel like?
Well, you start thinking that I've seen his fastball. Now I've seen that good curveball. And the 0-2 pitch can be the most difficult pitch to try to hit because you don't know what to expect. Now, Dante yesterday spread out a little bit and just tried to make contact with 2 strikes.
No play at second. No balls, 2 strikes that count to Bichette. 2 away.
And he did it so well, he hit it about 375 to win the game.
Yes. Oh, and he hit it. And the Rockies will now have the bases loaded.
Now Gooden trying to come inside 0-2, not wanting to hit Bichette. But watch how Dante opens up, and then he has to try to get out of the way, and he can't do it. Once you open up, there's absolutely no way that you can get out of the way, especially when that tailing fastball is bearing in on you. And you hope that it just hits fleshy parts and not top of the wrist or your fingers, because there are too many bones in there that can go.
And Don Baylor, of course, has the record in the major leagues, hit by 267 pitches.
And you know the difference between Don Baylor and Dante Bichette. Baylor never turned into the ball. He always turned away from it. In other words, that pitch would have hit Baylor on the shoulder as opposed to Bichette, where he opens up and it hits him on the arm.
And here is the first baseman, Andres Galarraga, who had a single in the top of the second. So now with 2 away, the Rockies have the bases loaded. And it's fouled out of play. Eric Young is the runner at third, Alex Cole at second, and Dante Bichette, hit by the pitch, is aboard at first. And he misses high, 1-1. Galarraga last year at St. Louis hit 296 after the All-Star break. And he was hot in the spring. He hit 357 this year. Here's the offering. And it's inside. Eric Young, the runner at third. Alex Cole is aboard at second, and Dante Bichette is at first. So Gooden now trying to work his way out of trouble. Strike 2.
That's a good challenge right there.
Oh, yeah.
Dwight Gooden. In other words, I'm behind in the count. Here's my fastball. Let's see if you can hit it. And Galarraga knew that a fastball was coming, and he was a little tardy.
2 away, bases loaded, and a 2-2 count to Galarraga. Full count. Full count, 2 away. Gooden steps off the rubber.
Well, if you're Eric Young at third base, you're going to be going on the pitch, but you start running towards the Rockies dugout. You don't want to run straight down the line.
Runners going, it's foul back. He takes kind of the circle route to home plate, doesn't he?
Right, you don't want to get in line of a line drive.
But you know you can catch a line drive in foul territory also.
You take that angle, though, it takes you a little longer to close the gap between hitter and runner.
Oh, yes. Runner's going, and he strikes him out. First strikeout in the ball game for Dwight Gooden. In the top of the third, the Rockies lead 3 aboard. We're in the middle of the third. No score.
Well, we're almost there. Yeah, 3 years of digging and digging, but soon, our first taste of freedom. Here we are. Push.
What'll it be, boys?
2 Bud Lights, please.
Sorry, fellas, but we're all out.
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
You know, Larry, we really should carry more Bud Light.
This is hydroplaning in less than an inch of water, and they're not being pulled by a boat, but by Goodyear AquaTread radials. AquaTread's deep groove design channels water away to keep more tire in contact with the road for outstanding wet traction. This is hydroplaning. This is AquaTreading, the all-season AquaTread only from Goodyear. It comes with a 60,000-mile tread life warranty. Goodyear AquaTread. Try a set. We like to say the best tires in the world have Goodyear written all over them.
To soar with eagles, be the best. To win the industry's highest awards for quality, commit to excellence. Provide superior quality products and have the strength to offer them at more than 12,500 locations nationwide. More than any other major brand. Discover for yourself the difference quality can make. Fly with the new Superpower.
This is also opening day for the Florida Marlins. They are hosting the Los Angeles Dodgers, and they have the early lead, 3-0.
And for the Dodgers, it's Oral Hershiser against Charlie Huff for the Marlins.
Bottom of the third inning, and Tony Fernandez, the shortstop, to lead it off for the New York Mets. In the bottom of the first, after a full count, Fernandez was on a walk. Ended up at third. He was left stranded. The Rockies and the Mets have both had their chances, but they are yet to score. And David Need comes high for ball 1.
Now both pitchers, walking the high wire. And David Need more so than Dwight Gooden, as he has gotten out of a couple of jams.
And it's foul back. Fernandez has appeared in 4 All-Star games, 3 in the American League and 1 in the National League. As a kid in the Dominican Republic, he was so poor that his brother made him a cardboard glove that he played with. And the pitch is high. And Tony says this is one of the reasons they have such soft hands.
It's amazing how those players play in poverty, and in the long run it probably helps their ability.
This one is foul back, should carry out of play.
One of the reasons you see a lot of Latin ball players at the shortstop position field balls one-handed, you see them charging the ball, is because the playing conditions where they come from are so poor that in order to get a good hop, that's the way that they have to play. They have to be one-handed infielders. And he's a good one. He may be the best one-handed infielder that I've ever seen.
And if you're from the Dominican Republic, it seems as if you're a shortstop.
That's right.
Here's the 2-2 pitch. And it's foul back.
I think he's really underrated. Had he been a part of the World Championship Toronto Blue Jays last year, he probably would have finally gotten his due as what a terrific player he is. And he may get it now that he's in New York.
And the 2-2 pitch. It's foul. Fernandez last year with San Diego hit .275, 4 home runs, 37 RBIs. He stole 20 bases.
And it's a gorgeous day.
You couldn't ask for a better one to open the season, could you? You know something else? Have you noticed? Have you noticed something? Very few planes are coming over.
Well,
have the winds changed?
It's that.
Or is this the lull at 3:17 in the afternoon, and then the planes start coming in at 5? But
it's all part of the Rockies script, Charlie.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
All right, we're doing a little bit of repair work.
Well, part of Shea Stadium fell apart.
Yes, that's right. Here's a late arrival to the ball game.
That's your plan for tonight.
For tonight.
Early.
I think I'll wait till tomorrow. I'm not in that big a hurry. Here's the 2-2 pitch to the plate. Fly ball, deep left field. Clark goes back and makes the play. And we have one away, and that'll bring up Eddie Murray. Murray with a single to right, and he stole a base. That was in the bottom of the first inning. Murray, like so many of the Mets, is a switch hitter. Benia's a switch hitter. Cohen's a switch hitter. Fernandez is a switch hitter. The catcher Hundley is a switch hitter. Ojo Howard Johnson is a switch hitter. Eddie Murray is a switch hitter. He did not go around. 2-0 the count to Murray. And Need misses outside. 3-0.
Yeah, you have to be careful if you're David Need and you're 3-0 to Eddie Murray. He loves to swing 3-0.
The second walk that David Need has given up in the ballgame. Need now has walked 2, and he has struck out 2. And he has given up 3 hits. And that'll bring up the right fielder, Bobby Bonilla. Bonilla popped up to the catcher in the bottom of the first inning. And he takes a cut and misses. Continental Airlines, official airline of the Colorado Rockies, proving one airline can make a difference in Colorado. You have the feeling that Need is not working as quickly as he worked in the spring.
Well, I think you have that feeling about the entire game.
Yes, almost that everything has slowed down.
Well, I think it's the seriousness. You know, all of a sudden.
It counts.
Yeah.
It counts. It's a W or an L, a win or a loss.
So you slow everything down to try to figure out exactly how you want to approach each situation. Now, that's not to say that spring training isn't taken seriously, but remember, those are exhibition games.
Eddie Murray, the runner at first, had 1 stolen base in the spring. 1-1 pitch. High fly ball center field. Alex Cole moves over and makes the play. So with 2 away, that'll bring up Howard Johnson, the third baseman, who struck out to end the bottom of the first inning. Hojo's home run output dropped drastically last year. He had 38 home runs in '91, had only 7 last year. Trying to recapture the magic of '91. He had 259, 38 home runs, 117 RBIs. Ball 1. Eddie Murray, the runner at first. He was on in a walk. We have no score. 2 away. We're in the bottom of the third inning. The season opener in Shea Stadium, the Rockies and the Mets. And it's outside.
Now, the point should be made that if David Need continues to fall behind to guys like Bonilla, Murray, and Howard Johnson, eventually he's going to pay for it.
Yes.
He's been working that high wire act now almost through 3 innings, and he's getting by.
And it's foul back. 2 balls and a strike to Howard Johnson. Hojo last year with a hairline fracture of the right wrist, had surgery on the wrist, also surgery on his shoulder, and surgery on both knees. So he has been completely rebuilt for this season. And the 2-1 pitch is low.
I think it's something we're going to see more players do at the end of the season. Go in,
get rebuilt,
take care of everything,
sure,
and maybe add a couple of years to your playing career. And as long as you're in there, if you find anything else wrong,
check up, oil change, clean out the knee. And he walks him. Second walk in the inning that Need has given up, the third of the ball game. And now the Mets, with 2 away, have runners at second and first.
There's the opening day program here at Shea Stadium.
And the yearbook. Valuable souvenirs today. I understand that an entrepreneur in Denver ordered 30,000 programs for today. Did he just kind of hold them and wait?
See what happens.
Oh, yes. Here's the center fielder, Joe Orsolak. Strike 1. Orsolak had a single in the bottom of the second. And then from third, he was thrown out at the plate. Charlie Hayes to Joe Girardi. That was when Gooden hit the slow roller down the third baseline. And the count evens at a ball and a strike to Orsolak.
Thing I will say for David Need, when he has had to make a good pitch to get out of the inning, he has done it. But up until those points, I think it's been very frustrating for him.
Well, it is time. Breaking pitches inside.
They Need, when he releases the ball, he walks off the mound and then he blows in his hands. It's okay. You have the permission of the umpires to blow in those hands. You cannot go to the mouth with your fingers.
Need already, now with 2 away, bottom of the third, has thrown 65 pitches. the bases loaded. Eddie Murray on in the walk is now at third. Howard Johnson on in the walk is now at second. And Joe Orsulak just walks to first.
Yeah, a little pump-me-up speech coming from Don Baylor. He said, "Are you all right?" And David Need, if I can read lips as well as I think I can, he said, "I'm fine." And Jeff Torborg, my former manager with the Cleveland Indians, looking on in the Mets dugout.
And the hitter is the second baseman, Jeff Kent. 1 for 1 on the season with a single in the bottom of the second. He was left stranded at second. Two away, bases loaded. The four is at second, and Need gets out of the inning. The Mets have left 7 aboard. We have no score after 3.
Before you buy the Civic, Corolla, or the Sentra, test drive the all-new 93 Impreza from Becker Subaru. At just $10,995, it leaves the competition in the dust.
So, don't buy a Subaru till you see us. Remember, we'll beat any Subaru dealer's price by $250 only at Becker Subaru in Wescosville.
It's Triangle Building Center's 2-week paint sale. Now in Triangle's huge paint department, we're featuring our full line of Glidden paints. Glidden spread wall interior paints may be applied over most surfaces, perfect for walls and ceilings in any room. And Glidden spread house exterior paint, ideal for covering wood and siding, spreads on easily with a brush or roller and dries in just 30 minutes. Glidden, a better way to paint. On sale now through April 17th at the lowest prices guaranteed, only at Triangle Building Center.
Today's technology can make choosing the right telephone system for your business confusing, unless you start with the right telephone company.
At AT&T, we design custom telephone systems connecting your company to the future. We offer quality systems from Premier. And for total privacy and freedom, ask about our new multi-line wireless telephone system. Get all the options and features you need, plus all these benefits only from AT&T. Call AT&T today.
Welcome back to Shea Stadium in New York after 3. We have no score between the Rockies and the Mets. We move to the top of the 4th, and with the play-by-play, here's Dwayne Kuiper.
Thanks, Charlie. A good look at David Need as he's still wandering around in the dugout, trying to gather himself. Sometimes it's just not comfortable to sit down after you've been in trouble as many innings as Need has been. As Gerald Clark is the first hitter, and he swings and misses. Clark popped out to Jeff Kent, the second baseman down the right field line. Kent making a nice play, so Clark is 0 for 1. Gerald Clark with a home run at the Metrodome over the weekend, where the Rockies split with the Minnesota Twins, and this is popped up in the direction of Jeff Kent again. This a little easier play, and that's 1 out. So Gooden, who's allowed a couple of base hits, retires the first hitter here in the 4th, and that'll bring up Charlie Hayes. Charlie last year with the Yankees, 18 home runs, and also jumping on the first pitch and popping it out of play, and quickly it's 0-1. Yankees were a little disappointed, obviously, that Charlie Hayes was drafted by the Colorado Rockies.
I think everybody was surprised he didn't protect him.
Charlie was the second player picked in the first round by Colorado.
Now the planes are back from LaGuardia.
High and deep in the left center field. Orsulak chasing after it, and he makes a basket catch. So Hayes gave it a good ride, and Orsolak, chugging after it, finally ran it down. But Hayes hit it well and gave it a pretty good ride.
And watch Orsolak. He gets to it and very casually with the basket catch. Pick up your Coca-Cola inaugural Rockies 8-ounce collector's bottle at your favorite retailer today and commemorate the Rockies' first season with Coca-Cola.
Joe Girardi fouls the first pitch back, and it's no balls and 1 strike. Charlie Hayes swinging at that high fastball and giving it a pretty good ride. Breaking ball out in front of the plate. Hundley will jump on it, throw quickly to Murray, and it's a 1-2 inning for Dwight Gooden, his second. He did it in the first. We played 3.5 here at Shea Stadium. Nothing.
If I want to keep playing baseball, I'm going to have to keep working. There's no off season anymore. Every day it's just me and a pile of iron, or a bike I ride forever. And when I get sore, I take Advil. It's strong, it works, and I know it helps. And Advil's gentler on my stomach than aspirin. To last as long as I have, you got to stick with what works. That's why I use Advil.
Advil, advanced medicine for pain.
Here's highlights from the Flair All-Star Game. Hot liner up the middle. It's off the wall. McRae scoops it up and wings it to Pendleton. Here's the play at the plate. He's safe. Unbelievable. Flair, a game in every pack.
It's not just a high-performance tire. It's a Michelin. So it does things ordinary tires just can't do. The XGT series from Michelin.
Hey, when I was coming up, I walked 15 miles in the snow every day to practice. There were no locker rooms. The balls had laces, and the shoes were made of canvas.
What's canvas?
And there were no foot lockers.
No foot lockers.
No foot
lockers.
No foot locker. Whoa, you guys had it rough.
Nobody's got more basketball shoes or more experience selling basketball shoes than Foot Locker, where it all begins.
You guys have commercials, right?
Cold, yeah, no heat.
When you're thirsty, you need a diet squirt. Because there's nothing like our refreshing blend of citrus flavors. Give your thirst a diet squirt.
College basketball's annual celebration is larger than the Final Four teams. ESPN takes you behind the scenes in New Orleans for the deals, the hopes, and the frenzy. Outside the Lines, Days of Madness, tomorrow at 9 Eastern on ESPN.
0-0, bottom of the 4th inning, Rockies and Mets here on opening day in New York City.
And we want to say a big hello to all of you at the Rockies Fest in Corrigan Hall, watching live this afternoon. And by the way, a belated hello to those of you watching on tape when it's replayed tonight. We cover all bases. We don't want to miss a thing.
Indeed.
And of course, the Rockies Fest tomorrow from 10 to 6, and then on the 7th of April from 10 to 8 o'clock.
See Jerry McMorris and his wife Mary to his left. McMorris's right is Charlie Monfort and his wife Victoria. They're enjoying the ball game.
Having their own Rockies Fest.
You bet. Pretty good seats.
Yes. Rockies Mania hitting the city of New York. There was an article in one of the newspapers about it today of all the people from Colorado that are in town with their Colorado Rockies paraphernalia.
And they were all over the lobby this morning, I can tell you that. Todd Hundley will lead it off for the Mets. And the breaking ball is in there for a strike. So you know David Need likes that. He gets ahead of Hundley, and he does it with the curveball. If you look at the line score and you just joined us, you'd think, well, 2 hits for the Rockies, 3 hits for the Mets. This game has probably been moving along quite rapidly. Not so.
Not so.
Breaking ball, and Hundley waves at it. The reason for that is the New York Mets, through 3 full innings, have stranded 7, and the Rockies have stranded 4. David Need has gotten out of trouble every inning. And Hundley stays alive by fouling it off of those seats that they have added for the dignitaries.
And that can cause a problem to the catcher. Plane's now starting to come over the top. And that is everybody in their mind's eye. You know, that's not there.
It's really dangerous. It's so close to the dugout, plus you have the rough corners. The catcher or infielder could come charging over there, and it's really dangerous on pop-ups. A bad pitch, and Hundley goes after him. And for David Need, that's his third strikeout.
Here it is, and it is in the dirt. And he did go after it, and as you say, 2 strikeouts in the bottom of the first, and a leadoff strikeout here in the bottom of the fourth.
And here's Doc Gooden, who had a chance to help himself by driving home a run in the second inning. And he hit a dribbler to Charlie Hayes. Charlie Hayes threw home, and Orsulak was tagged out by Joe Girardi. 0-0. Here at Shea Stadium. And it's 2 balls and no strikes. So as good as Needon was getting in front of Todd Hundley, he's been as bad falling behind 2-0 to Dwight Gooden. And Gooden, off the end of the bat, finds a hole in right field. And Dwight Gooden with a 1-out single. And for the Mets, that's their 4th base hit. The stroke of a pitcher, Charlie, not too bad.
We mentioned earlier he is an excellent hitter and has career 5 home runs, and has been used, not that often, but has been used as a pinch hitter, and you can certainly see why.
Outstanding athlete. Covering at the top of the batting order, Vince Coleman, who was struck out and popped out. Galarraga playing behind Dwight Gooden, and Coleman tries to bunt his way on and fouls it back. Charlie Hayes way down the line at third, trying to take that bunt away from Coleman. And Charlie looking into Coleman, almost looked to say, try it again, I dare you.
And Coleman, an excellent bunter.
Indeed he is. He's worked on it. He came into the league with the Cardinals, and something that he rarely did. But what an advantage to add it to your repertoire if you have the speed like Coleman. Tony Fernandez is on deck. 1 out. Dwight Gooden, the base runner at first. Coleman again lays it down, and this time he pops it into the screen behind home plate, and quickly it's no balls and 2 strikes. That's Mike Cubbage going through the signs to Vince Coleman, and when you see a hitter that has 0-2 on him, rarely do those signs mean much of anything. He's certainly not going to put on the take sign, and you're not going to ask him to hit and run. Line drive into center field. Let's see if Gooden tries to go to third. He challenges Cole. He'll go to third. And the Mets are in business here in the 4th inning. A solid single for Vince Coleman. And what's new? David Need is again struggling. Just a line drive, Charlie.
Oh, he put it right in the wheelhouse, didn't he?
He did.
Yeah.
Especially when he was ahead in the count to Vince Coleman. So David Need will try to get out of it again. He's done such a terrific job doing that through innings 1, 2, and 3. He'll have to do it again here in the 4th. Fernandez has walked and flied out. And this is popped out of play as Coleman bluffed running at first base.
I think I spoke too soon about the Plains from LaGuardia. That's getting on to 4 o'clock, yes.
Yeah, it's my 3 innings.
right, and the traffic is coming in.
And now Need will bluff to third and then check on first. No balls and a strike to Tony Fernandez. Last year with the Padres, Fernandez with 37 RBIs, a .275 batting average. Needs a ground ball right here to either Benavides or Young. And that misses, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Tony Fernandez, a star with the Blue Jays, played well for San Diego. Now he is in the Big Apple. Need looking into Girardi, and he's got the sign. Coleman bluffs a pitch out, nothing doing, and it's 2-1.
And again, Need with that same body language off of the pitch out. And he's behind in the count.
And the body language may be that he's disappointed that Coleman didn't go, but it also means that once again he's behind. And again a bluff and nothing going on. A lot of times Charlie, pitchers will do that not because they think they're going to get the base runner, they just aren't ready to throw the ball home. So rather than step off, they'll do that move to third and then to first. Coleman goes. Fernandez grounds it. A run will score. Young cuts it off. And Fernandez is out. But the Mets take a 1-0 lead. And on the play, Coleman goes into second. But Eric Young didn't have any play other than this one. Make sure you get that 1 out.
And it was the hit and run that saved the double play. Because that's exactly what Need wanted.
Eddie Murray hits it well. Bichette got room, and he puts it away. So Need allows a run here in the 4th inning on a couple of base hits. We have played 4 at Shea Stadium. It's the Mets 1, the Rockies 0.
Buy an international business class seat, and that's what you get. So what's the difference? Continental's new Business First. With the room and comfort of a true sleeper seat. The luxury of international first class, but at a business class fare. Continental's Business First. The business class to Europe that's truly first class. That's the difference.
America's first choice. Napa Auto Parts.
Welcome to Napa, America's most complete source for quality auto parts and accessories. And now get hot spring buys at Napa. Quality Napa motor oil, just 99 cents a quart. Get 2 Napa Silverline oil filters, just $4. STP oil treatment is free after double mail-in rebate. And don't miss this special value. Napa's 5-piece cooler combo, just $19.99. Save big on hot spring buys now at Napa, America's first choice.
Where in the world can you find hot days, hotter nights, romance under the sun, romance under the moonlight, sports all day, sports all night, superstars enjoying the day, superstars filling up the night, and action day and night, day and night. Only in Las Vegas. Las Vegas.
The new G-Series with 4-wheel steering from Kubota.
Top of the 5th inning. Mets on the board. They lead 1-0. This was the final out of the 4th inning, and Eddie Murray hit this ball a little towards the end of the bat. Eddie got it on the sweet part, and it would be a 3-0 score. But Dante Bichette with the glasses there, and he puts it away. So for the Rockies here in the top of the 5th, Benavides, Need, and Eric Young. Benavides grounded out to third in the 3rd. And he goes after the first pitch and pops it out of play.
And Rockies fans, Domino's and the Colorado Rockies have teamed up to offer you a Rockies pizza special for only $9.99. So call Domino's now and be sure to ask for your Rockies special. It's only $9.99.
0-1 pitch to Benavides is up high. 1 ball and 1 strike. A lot of things going on in this new 1993 baseball season. Swing and a miss. 1-2. 2 new teams, well aware of that, but also this is the farewell season
for Nolan Ryan.
Nolan Ryan.
Yes.
So it's hello to 2 new teams and goodbye to a legend. 27 seasons in the major leagues.
Isn't that amazing?
Unbelievable. 2-2 pitch to Benavides. Pokes it to right field. Bonilla makes the catch. So Bobby Bonilla takes a double, maybe triple away from Freddie Benavides.
And for a moment, it didn't look as if Bobby Bonilla was going to get there. And you almost wonder if the lost poundage, he took off some 30 pounds from last year, maybe he picked up the extra step.
You're right. And then that long glove, and it finds the pocket. David Need takes the first pitch for a strike. Need grounded out to second in the 3rd inning.
Bonilla looking slim and trim.
Looks good. On the breaking ball, it's 0-2 to Need. It was well documented last year about Bonilla wearing earplugs that, what he said, drowned out the noise of what is overhead right now in the airplane. Many people felt he did it so he couldn't hear the booing. Breaking ball, and it's strike 3 call. Second strikeout for Gooden. With 2 down, that'll bring up Eric Young. Young tried to bunt his way on. He tried to get in the history books by way of the bunt, but he was thrown out 2-3. And then he singled in the 3rd inning. And the 1-0 pitch to the Rockies second baseman is in there for a strike.
Don't miss the big Dodge Caravan sale event. See your Dodge dealer today.
Young takes it. And Harry Wendelstedt said just a little bit high, and it's 2 balls and 1 strike.
Doesn't seem like Monday, does it?
Does not.
Does seem like opening day.
All the pageantry. And of course, all the special things that have happened to this franchise. It's Anthony Young, who is trying to find a friend down in the bullpen. Eric Young skies it to left field. That's Vince Coleman who one-hands it, and that'll do it. The second 3-up, 3-inning inning in a row for Dwight Gooden. We played 4.5. It's 1-0 Mets.
And that was dinner for our favorite food critic?
Everything was wonderful.
Something else to drink, monsieur.
Yes. Make it a Bud Light, please.
I'm sorry, monsieur. We have run out.
Really? Well, that does change things a bit, doesn't it?
If you want great taste that won't fill you up and never let you down, make it a Bud Light.
Billy's Chili. Quaint atmosphere.
Is that a tip, or did you just lose some change?
Charming service.
Let it rain. Let it snow. You've got Michelin's all-season MXV4. The luxury performance tire with climate control.
Presenting the Yardman 3-in-1 self-propelled mower. It mulches, bags, discharges, has a 6-speed drive, and a ferocious 5-horsepower engine, all for the price of much tamer mowers. Yardman Mowers and Tractors, made in America. Interpretation of the original.
1-0 with the Mets on top. Bottom of the 5th inning. David Need has not been sharp, but he has managed to get out of 3 jams and then allowed a run in the 4th inning. And he'll be facing Bonilla, Johnson, and Orsulak. Need with 3 strikeouts. And wouldn't you know that the run that has been scored in this game has been scored by the opposition's pitcher, Dwight Gooden. And Bonilla grounds this one into the dugout. May have bounced it off of his foot, and then of course he whacks himself on the helmet. Just these days, that's why ball players wear helmets. 0-1 pitch. A little in tight. 1 ball and 1 strike. This is a sellout here at Shea Stadium. Bonilla goes the other way, and that'll be foul. It's also a day where Fay Vincent threw out the first ball. Mentioned earlier what a joy it is for him to be at the ballpark. He really enjoys it. One-two pitch, breaking ball, and Bonilla had a good cut and he fouls it back. This is the 32nd opener for the New York Mets, 30 of them here at Shea Stadium, which means they opened a couple of times at home in another ballpark, and that was at the Polo Grounds while they were building Shea Stadium. Bonilla hits it well. Is it far enough? It is gone. A home run. The New York Mets a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the 5th inning.
And there is no question. That's a home run stroke every time.
And he hit in the right spot where he could watch it. And the question was it going to stay fair? And it did. And here's Howard Johnson. Hojo is 0 for 1 with a walk. Here you see Bichette. And there's no doubt it was fair, but it was just fair. 2 balls and no strikes. Might be a good time for someone to settle down David Need. The 2-0 pitch to Hojo is down low, 3 balls and no strikes. This is when an infielder or a catcher will say something encouraging, keep the manager from having to go out there. And all you tell Need at this point is, hey, listen, it's only 2-0. We're still in this game, and that's a strike.
There is Butch Henry in the bullpen.
And, of course, the bullpen for the Mets is quiet.
In the starting rotation for the Rockies, Butch Henry is scheduled to start in Mile High Stadium next Sunday. Is that the Bear on the phone?
Bear is on the phone to the bullpen. So with nobody out and a man aboard here in the 5th inning, the hitter will be Joe Orsulak. We have seen a number of Rockies banners around Shea Stadium. You just saw one. Orsulak singled in the 1st inning and then walked in the 3rd. Orsulak with a good spring. He hit a couple of home runs. Had 9 RBIs. Now Howard Johnson calls timeout. Quick toss again, and Howard Johnson is back. Orsulak last year with the Orioles. Johnson does not go, and that pitch is outside, and it's a ball and no strike. Last year, 4 home runs, 39 RBIs for Orsulak. On deck is Jeff Kent. Marlins now lead the Dodgers 4-0. Johnson goes, grounded to Galarraga. He'll check second and then take the easy out at first.
Bank One Colorado is proud to be the official bank of the Colorado Rockies. Bank One, whatever it takes, member FDIC.
So here's Jeff Kent, who singled in the 2nd and grounded out in the 3rd. Johnson aboard at second base with 1 out. We talked before the game with Don Zimmer. We had a great conversation about what it was like with him and the New York Mets, because he was a part of their expansion team.
Third baseman. Said the smartest thing they did was hire Casey Stengel.
They had media all over the place.
Yes. And somebody asked Jim how did he do? And he said, well, I went 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 0 for 32, 1 for 4, 1 for 4, 0 for 32, and I was traded to Cincinnati.
Johnson with a good lead at second, and the breaking ball is a strike to Kent. It's amazing how ball players have those crystal clear memories.
Yes.
And Don Zimmer, you're right, said the best part of that experience was Casey. He said he had an entourage that followed him all over the ballpark.
I remember opening day, Lindsey Nelson told me, a day much like today.
Johnson goes and Kent fouls it.
And Lindsey, like you and me this morning, didn't sleep a lot. He was up early. He got to the ballpark about 9:30 in the morning, and he looked around. And Casey wasn't there. Casey comes in about noon o'clock, about noon, and he looked over to Lindsey and he said, Lindsey, son, don't ever get to the ballpark before the players.
Oh, the case. They have quotations from Casey that go on and on and on, and they are tremendous. Someday we'll rattle off some of those to you. Now Jeff Kent calls timeout.
I once had dinner with him in Cincinnati. I've never laughed so hard in my life, and I did not understand one word he said. Not one word.
The whole part of Casey is he just didn't make a whole lot of sense, and after we were through talking to him, Johnson goes again, and Kent fouls it again. After you got through talking to him, you just kind of shook your head.
Yes. And everybody he walked away and you kind of looked at each other.
Part of that experience with Casey, the game we're talking about with Don Zimmer and the Mets, was on April 11th, 1962 at Sportsman's Park, where the Cardinals beat the Mets 11-4, and that's the game that got this franchise going, the New York Mets. Kent flies it to right field. Bouchette's got it. And quickly back to second base is Howard Johnson. Casey is the one in the middle, number 37. On the left would be Gil Hodges. On the right would be Tom Seaver. Casey. Todd Hundley is flied out and struck out. And they're going to walk Hundley intentionally to pitch to Dwight Gooden, which many people...
I'm not sure I would agree with that. You've got a 200 hitter. Gooden with a single, 1 for 2 in the ball game, and he scored a run and he's a better hitter than Hundley. But it does give you the force.
Dwight Gooden will have an opportunity to help himself again. Talking about that game, April 11th, 1962. The first base hit for the Mets in their franchise history came off the bat of Gus Bell. Gil Hodges hit the first home run. Roger Craig started for the Mets, and he took the loss. Richie Ashburn was the first hitter, and he flied out to Curt Flood. So many of the first that we are seeing for the Rockies. Of course, the same holds true for the Mets in 1962. Gooden grounds this one foul. Gooden reached on a fielder's choice in the second inning and singled and scored the Mets' first run in the fourth. Top of the batting order, Vince Coleman is on deck. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 5th inning, and Gooden fouls it again. We saw in our experience in spring training a lot of quick games, a lot of 2-hour and 20-minute ball games, and this one is not like that at all. Gooden hits it well, but Benavidez stays down, stays with it, and flips it to Eric Young. But the New York Mets do come up with a run, a solo home run by Bobby Bonilla. They add to their lead. It's now 2-0.
Peace of mind. It comes with every piece of the rock.